Yo, yo, what's up, folks? This Impact, and I want to take this time to welcome you all back to the Hurt Business 101. Let's get right into this video, man. Today's video, I want to recap the undercard fights that took place Riyadh season this Saturday night. Let's get right into this video. Listen up, man. Before I get into this video, man, I just want to ask you if you like this video, you like any boxing content, real boxing content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be notified whenever I drop new videos. Let's go. Listen up, man. That was a really great card. And Turkey Al Sheik showing these boys how it's done, man. He's making fights happen, putting on cards. I mean, it felt like that card was forever. I don't went to sleep on the card early because it just was before the broadcast, so I had to get me a little nap in so that I would be able to, be up for the main card. But way to go with Turkey, man. Keep it going, man. The sport of boxing and real boxing fans, we really appreciate your efforts based on your love for the sport. Let's get right into it, man. Listen, man. Let me start off talking about. I'm not going in any particular order right now, but let me talk about you know, Jared Anderson real quick. I'm not really going to recap that fight too much because it really wasn't much to recap. Um, I didn't have Jared Anderson winning that fight. No, I didn't think he would win that fight. I thought he would get stopped. Um, but I'm gonna tell you why I thought he would get stopped. Jared Anderson has been a guy. If you notice, I've never covered a Jared Anderson fight. I've never did a breakdown. I never did a recap. I'm only doing it now just to explain why I haven't done that. The sport of boxing is a sport where you have to have love and passion to get up, embrace the work, um, go through the grind. Me being a guy that was in the gym for years and spent a lot of time in the gym. One thing I can tell you is that's a grind being in the gym, getting in shape and things like that. Uh, forget about the sparring and the fighting. It's just the grind of it, the sport. You gotta love boxing. You can't play around with that sport. And Jared Anderson has always been a guy who has always said, really, I don't really like boxing. I'm here to get, make some money. And he's never shown passion for the sport. But he's been honest about it. And my thing is, I appreciate his honesty. But if you don't take your career seriously, I won't either because I'm not going to waste my time. He's just one of them guys, man, that just naturally talented, has some God given gifts, but no passion. And in that sport, you got to live it. You got to eat it, sleep it, breathe it. When you stop doing that, you see results like Adrian Broner started getting. You don't love it. You're just out there, and you're gonna get yourself hurt eventually. And and Jared Anderson, I don't want to see Jared Anderson back, to be honest. And it's not because he took a loss. I'm not a wins and loss guy. Shit, Turkey is bringing guys back left and right that lose fights, and it's perfectly fine. They'll lose a fight, come back, win a fight, win another fight, lose a fight. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you giving me some entertainment and you going out there and showing that you care, I'm all for it. That's all on Jared Anderson, man. He even after the fight, I just get to go back to my daughter, man. Fuck it, it is what it is. He doesn't care. He showed no. He wasn't gutted that he his first loss. It didn't bother him at all. It's like I could either do this or not do it. It doesn't matter to him. So he doesn't matter to me. Let's move on. Big Baby and Ruiz, they gave us a nice action packed fight, man. That one right there was considered a draw. I thought Big Baby did enough to edge that one. I really did believe he edged it. I didn't score the fight. I didn't watch the fights to score them. I just watched the card just to be entertained by it. And man, they threw a lot of punches. They big heavyweights. They threw a lot of bombs. They both got hurt in the fight. What I mean? I really appreciated the action in that fight, man. I think one thing I was surprised by was Big Baby the pace that he fought at a high pace, threw a lot of punches. It was uncharacteristic for him to be that busy. I mean, he threw a lot of punches. I'm wondering right now. I'm hoping for the sake of boxing that he wasn't doping for this fight, man, because we all know his history. He got a history to play around with some performance enhancers. I hope he didn't do that, man, because hit that pace. That was a high pace for these heavyweights, man. They really got it on, man. I really appreciated that fight. Um, this ain't a real technical breakdown. I'm gonna move on. Just want to talk about it for a second. These fights. Also, we had. I'm gonna go here now. We're gonna talk about. Uh, we're gonna talk about the David Morrell fight. Now, we saw David Morrell come in and fight a really solid opponent. You know what I'm saying? Hot Rod is a really good. A lot of people only know famous names, and this is the problem we run into in boxing when it comes to the fans and stuff like that. And it's not, trust me, it's not the fans' fault that they only know famous names. It's the sport of boxing, the way they market it. They don't show you enough, and that's why you need so many different promotional companies. You need so many different platforms with TV contracts and stuff, because one network or two networks is not enough. Because what happens is you just highlight the top guys, and then these other guys, you got some really good journeymen and really good like secondary B level fighters that have the opportunities to knock off some of these high level guys, but they're not getting exposed to the public because you only got a certain amount of fight dates, and the networks can't show everybody like that. That's why fighters are so inactive, because it's just not enough dates. So we need multiple outlets for these guys, and the sport has to do a better job at showing you guys so that you're not foreign to them. And then when they give one of the top guys a rough run for their money, you don't start saying that that top guy is overrated or he's not this or he's not that. Hot Rod is a really experienced guy. He knows how to be tricky. He has enough power to make you be respectful and not just recklessly come in and try to stop him. He's been around he's a good solid fighter. He's a solid B level fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the upper echelon, but he's in that C plus to B plus range at any given night. He can, possibly get win. He could possibly take out a top guy. You know what I'm saying? And he did a really good job at making Morrell really work for that. And that was Morrell's first fight up at light heavyweight. And once again, we saw David Benavidez move up. And it's weird to me because, just like we saw Terrence Crawford move up tonight, that night and fight against Madrimov and get a win against a top level champion at that division. People act like Madrimov was nobody, and they kind of poo poo Terrence's win because they think that these guys are just supposed to get rid of these guys. Now, we've seen in recent histories, we watched these guys move up in weight, and we saw Benavidez move up, and we see Benavidez move up in weight and fight a high level fighter, okay, and he didn't get the win. I mean, he got the win. I'm sorry, but people expected him to get a stoppage, and that's not how it's going to go every time when a guy's trying to move up to that next division. And David Benavidez hit him with a lot of leather. He hit him with a lot of leather. He landed a lot of leather in that fight, but he wasn't able to get him out of there. His opponent, you know what I mean, was strong, smart, experienced, and, it's not just that sweet. Now we saw Canelo Alvarez. We saw him go up to 175 from 68. We saw him beat a washed up and a done warped Kovalev even after he forced Kovalev. He didn't force him to do anything, but Kovalev was on his way out. He knew he was done. He ain't going to turn down no Canelo money. He'd be a fool. He didn't even get a chance to get a rest off of just almost being knocked out in his previous fight. He just had to jump right back into camp with no time to get healthy. Canelo beat him, but we saw Canelo step up and fight a top 175 in B-Vol, and he got beat easily. So what I'm saying is, and that's not a knock on Canelo, I'm just saying it's not as sweet as people think it is. So Morrell tonight, he should remember, I keep saying tonight, But Morrell that night, he goes up and fights a really um, a solid opponent at a higher weight class. Those guys are bigger, stronger. They're used to getting hit by bigger, stronger guys, and the smaller guy coming up a lot of times is not used to feeling that type of thunder, so they have to be kind of more cautious than they would normally be. They're not the bigger guys anymore. So Morrell did go ahead and represent himself well. He got the win, although it wasn't as impressive as people thought it would be. He still dominated the fight and he got the win. Listen, Rayo and Cruz, that was a good fight, man. It was what I expected. I did not do a prediction. I wasn't sure how I was going to go. I know Cruz is limited in his boxing ability. He reminds me of a snapping turtle that goes into his shell as he's crouching down, and he only comes out when he wants to attack you. And it's hard to land a good shot on him and deter him because he's so short already. Then as he gets lower and holds that tight guard, he only kind of likes to expose himself as he's throwing those hard looping shots. And at that time, his opponent is generally trying to block and keep him from catching him with those awkward looping shots coming from underneath. So by the time they block those and ready to respond, he's back in his shell again. So he's hard to crack that. But I seen what Rayo was doing, which was the smart way you fight Pitbull is you have to catch Pitbull as he's coming in before he balls up and crouches and tries to explode up with a shot. And then if you're able to have the boxing IQ and the balls to steer down the barrel of that gun as he's coming out of that crouch to throw a shot at you, you have to be able to hit him with checks or uppercuts or jabs and then move again and keep making him reset. And Rayo did a good job with his strategy that night of being able to do that over and over again. He did get hit with some big shots, but he was able to take them. He was able to tie up when he needed to tie up. Um, you know, and that was a really explosive fight, man. I really did appreciate the action that card had to offer. Turkey, once again, he really held it down on that, man. That was a well put together production, and we can't fail to acknowledge the promotional companies that he's working with. They're also helping guide him on the way that these boxing events should come together. He is putting the money up. He has the vision, but these promotional companies that've been around for a while, those guys are really instrumental in helping to put those things together. And I really hope we continue to get these cars. I'm looking forward to them. That's all I got right now, man. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in to another edition of the Hurt Business 101. You know what they say? It's no business like show business, but I say it's no business like the hurt business. 101 done.